Hello again, and welcome to another Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. We are on issue 30. This week's going to be a little awkward. We're doing the water pipes on the underside of the car, so I've got her up on a box so I can keep the engine wiring from getting damaged, and I've adjusted the camera a little bit to try to do that. Hopefully you can see what's going on, but it is going to be a more awkward episode. This is our very large bag of parts because the water pipes do run from the radiator up here back to the water pump at the rear of the engine. So, yeah, that's how this is going to go. Without a whole lot more, let's get started. Some of these pieces are labeled as to whether they're left or right, and some of them I'm going to have to figure out. So again, you're going to have to bear with me. Some of them are obvious because they're physically different looking pieces, but not all of them. You know, for instance, this guy only fits one way. Pretty sure that it's going to go like that. No, I don't know. Like that? Something. That's what I mean. They're kind of backy forwards parts. Who knows? And then we have the little radiator hose pieces. Same problem. Not sure how easy it's going to be to tell them apart. Okay, so I've sorted all the pieces out based on the diagram in the book. I think I've figured out which pieces are which. 99% sure. A couple of those radiator hoses are a little odd, but otherwise pretty sure. So we have 4 kinds of screws: AM, JM, AP, and FP. And the first thing we're going to be doing is taking one of the small pieces, I think for the right side. See, this is where I'm immediately somewhat confused, because sometimes they say left and right, and sometimes they give a part number. 30D, front left water pipe. Okay, that one I'm confident 100% that I know which one this is. So, that one, I can get this book in a place I can read it. Okay, that one's going up in the front. And it is going, oh, this one actually mounts from the top. And it goes from the radiator over the steering linkage, turn this a little more, to the post here. Okay, and that is going to be secured with a JM screw. Okay, so that one's not too bad. The next part is going on the underside, and we're following from that 30B, which is still the left, right? Yep. This is going to go through here and onto these posts. So it's going to secure on those posts with 2 FP screws. I am considering picking up a head-mounted camera. I found one company that makes an interesting design and a model that I can justify. I'm looking for some reviews. I found a review on their more basic model, which was not great for this. It had a much shorter focal length. But the better model has a focal length, I'm sorry, much longer focal length rather. The upgrade model has a shorter focal length, which would work better for this. The first one can't focus on anything closer than half a meter, which really wouldn't work for what I do here. Okay, so we got those 2 screws. Now there's another screw, which I'm sure you can't see back here, that is going to be an AM screw, securing the other end of this. There's 2 different screw holes that it looks like it go into, so hopefully the fit is such that it really only lines up with one. I think that's true, looking at it. I don't think I can get this wrong. The other one, it would have to be quite a bit shorter piece. Okay. Yeah, and that leaves the other hole free for, I don't know, something. So, next up we've got the left water rail. It's gonna, no, we got a radiator hose that's gonna connect to the left water rail. and the water pump. So that piece we just put on and the pump need to get connected, and I think this is going to be done from the top again. So that's the other end here. And this piece is going to go on between that and the water pump. You know, somehow. I guess it goes in front of the belts. And it kind of just snaps on. There's a peg on one side and a loop on the other. And it's kind of held in by tension here. There's no screws. That's just, looks okay. So, next we're going back to the underside and we're doing the last bit, connecting the first two pipes we put together. And we have this little guy, and this is one of the ones that's marked left and right because the two pieces are very nearly identical. This one is marked left and everything else I've done says left. So I'm going to believe it and see if we can make this happen. Might want to give that another squeeze at the end, but that's about right. This is going to be secured with an AP screw. I'll flip it over and give that joint another squeeze once the screw's in. Yeah, this is a tough fit here. But I'll think about how I can fix it. Anyway, now we're doing the other side. So this side has a kind of a Y-forked piece. It fits on similarly and is secured with a JM screw. And we're going back to the underside to do the other long water pipe. Similar to that first one, not quite identical, but the fit is essentially the same. And that's going to be secured with two more FP screws. And I commented before that plastic plate on the bottom, I assumed it was so that they could use different screws, different material. And in fact, yes, we're screwing into it with plastic screws. We are securing that last tab with an AM screw, just like on the other side. Had me worried because there's lugs on the bottom of those two holes, and this one seemed to fit on the other hole from the other side. But there's a tall lug and a short lug, and in both cases these are screwed into the short lug, so they're mirror flip too. So, okay. Got another radiator hose piece that's going to connect between what we just installed here and the engine. And I assume it's the same kind of fit with no screws, certainly looks that way. We'll do that from the top. Assuming I can even figure out where this is going. Oh, it's going way down there. I have no idea how this is going to go on there. I had to push another piece out of the way with it to make it work. So, two radiator hoses here on the back. We're almost done. We're going back to the underside one more time. I'm going to get this routed through under here. Secure that with another AP screw. And then attach it on the top. Back to the top. Just to make this last thing fit. Similar problem, doesn't fit as well as I would like, but it's not bad. I gotta fix this other side though. So anyway, that's the process, that's the whole thing. I gotta fix one joint, I'll come back and look at it when I got some time. But there we go, there's our That's what you can see. That's up at the radiator. That's back at the engine. And the water pipes on the underside. I finally got some notice that my mod kits are shipping. Mostly Ecto 1 stuff to come, but I have also a license plate kit for this guy coming, and I'm still waiting on them shipping a bunch of the other parts that I ordered for this guy. And I do expect to get, sometime in the near future, a lot more parts for this so that we can do these more frequently than once a week like I was doing for a couple weeks there. And I'll try to fill in any gaps I get in the Ecto 1 build with either mod kits or additional builds for the DeLorean. Otherwise, have a good one, guys.